Hey everybody, this is Ahdoom and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon Crimson Court, where in this episode we will be looking to take out the Brigand 8-pounder, the smallest of the cannon-based bosses, with a bit of a mixed bag of peoples. Again, we're looking to level up a few guys into the 3s and 4s, but before we can do that we have to take out the bosses and make sure that we're progressing from the novice bosses, so the apprentice bosses, to the veteran bosses, to keep the XP and trinkets coming. In our party mix we have Tostain, the adventurer Hellion, who we just picked up from the stagecoach at a level 2, with everything already upgraded, which is a nice little freebie for us. Next up we have Brigand, the flagellant, who's got Punish, Exsanguinate, Redeem, and Endure. In addition to that, we have Bellicott, the Cursed Houndmaster, who's rocking the Ancestors Vintage in this instance, as well as a Martyr Seal, and Brimu, the Apprentice Vessel, as well, level 1, that we're trying to build up to a 3 or 4. Unfortunately, she is currently our only Vestal, and we've equipped her with Judy's Head and a Book of Sanity. The reward for this mission is cash, which is very important for me right now. Deeds, which I need to upgrade my stagecoach up to increase my cap, as well as another Martyr Seal, which I find very, very useful for the plus 15 max HP, as well as Deathblow Resist. Yeah, the Deathblow Resist is huge. I give this to the squishiest, lowest level units typically. Now, just observe that we have 2 people who are currently cursed, which means that the first thing we do when we provision is make sure we brought an ample supply, and we are fine for blood. Like, we are just fine for blood. In fact, I'm going to bring enough blood with me just in case every single person gets infected, and we must have it. This is an adventure in the Weald, and so an even spread of items is kind of advisable. I'm only going to bring the 1 holy water, 2 medicinal herbs are always going to be very useful for debuffs, 2 shovels, and then a stack of torches and 4, because we get a camp, stack of food and 4, and I think we're ready to carry on. Let's have a quick check through medicinal herbs, keys, shovels. Yep. Right, let's see what we have in store.
Simple folk are by their nature loquacious, and the denizens of the hamlet were no exception. It was not long before rumors of my morbid genius and secretive excavations began to fuel local legend. In the face of my increasingly egregious flaunting of public taboos, awe turned to ire, and demonstrations were held in the town square.
Well, I'm glad that people aren't so mad that they don't revolt when
The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air.
right.
The war machine is close.
Well, looking back, I think I may have been better advised to bring more shovels, but I think we'll have to make do. This is a poisoned item, and we can check to see who has a high resist. Don't have any anti-venoms with us. We could just skip it at this stage. Quick check through. Disease and blight really low. 60 and 30, which isn't too shabby. D5 and 30, and yeah, okay. I think we're going to skip that one. The odds are not in our favor.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
And quickly torch up before we enter this unexplored room. Do the quick switcheroo there, and it's an empty. No scouting, unfortunately, so we'll just have to press on the old-fashioned way. That could give us some nice loot, or just some food. It's just some food, and that's just fine as well. No, there's no blood here, but thank you for freaking us out. You're a top chap. Kind of disappointed that my flagellant... Oh, damn, alright. Yeah, we could be suffering some serious stress if we keep hitting obstacles every darn room. Kind of disappointed, as I said before, that my flagellant is cursed. I was hoping that he would not be cursed. That gives a positive trait with the use of a holy water. Who has no positive traits? It's the salient question. Ruin Scrounger, Natural Swing, Healer's Gift. Alright, let's try and make our Vestal a little bit more tank-worthy. You picked up Evasive, which gives us +5 dodge, and I couldn't be happier with that. That is a fantastic quirk to pick up in a dungeon when you are level 1. First combat, 2 Nashers, an Acolyte, and we have the element of surprise, which is just fine for me. Let's focus on getting some early insta-kills if we can. 1 Nasher not quite dead. We'll have to finish him off with the Houndmaster's attack and spread things out. You decide to do some things which are unadvised, and that's completely fine. We're going to take out this Nasher there, 5 damage plus. No bleed, unfortunately, but their bleed resist is nothing. I'm going to focus down on a kill rather than spreading the love. So that's a crit, and takes care of a nice tranche of stress, and we'll seal the deal, I think, on... Damn. Rolls are not... Yeah, RNGs is not smiling me today. That's fine, we can make do. Rapid Rush goes down the Hellion, and that's a lovely dodge. 81 light, they get, well, 2 fast turns, because it's a fast unit, it's fine, and that bleed drops in. I can live with that. Let's start the Pain Train on the Acolyte in the hopes we can kill her before she can do any meaningful damage. That's... right. No bleed, unfortunately, and stress will still drop on our... No, it won't, because she's a dodgy Hellion. Fine by me. Let's Dazzling Light down on this Nasher and get the kill. Nice, and her torch is elevated. Next up, we'll do a Hound's Rush for the kill. Beautiful critical, and again, stress levels go down, just the one rather than the whole party, and that's just fine by me. Again, we have a free key there, and we should be just tickety-boo as we proceed onwards. Wow, back-to-back corridor battles, but again, we get the jump on these guys, and the Nasher is our key focus. Let's get some bleeds going. Oh, dodge! Alright, well, it happens to the best of us. Carrying on through, we'll try and get this going, and that is an instant kill. Fantastically done. And then try it out in the rabble. That works out. These guys have a very, very low stun resistance, so we'll put that through, and just fine. Oh, this is all going in my favor. I was terrified that I should be taking stress off of stress with more and more obstacles. But instead it's relatively easy combat. And you know, decent loots. Okay, ectoplasms. We can take ectoplasms. They can spawn up infinitely, but that's just fine by me. Let's go in for some early insta-kills if we can. Position number 2 is dead. Let's try for a kill on position number 3. Not in our favor there, and no bleed, but we can finish him off with a punish, I think. Nicely done. And chance to stun is pretty weak, but we may as well take it. 2 damage, and nice. Okay, so we maintain the initiative. The enemy gets no turn, and we can keep the Pain Train rolling. In fact, that is a no-fault combat round. Perfect. I am liking this dungeon. Probably gonna regret saying that in a few seconds. For the moment. You know, I'm feeling so confident. I'm gonna take this little fork down the way, because we did get that extra food before. No chance for us to pick up a shovel there, but we'll check what's behind this door here. Alright, bunch of spiders, and unfortunately they get surprise on us, which is going to be a real problem, actually. Well, thank you for the advance. That works out just fine for me. We can get at least 1 kill on these guys. Nice. Bit less blight to take. Let's keep that going on the spitter as well if we can. Damn, it's a dodge, but, you know, fair enough. It happens at times. Spit is dodged, so, you know, share and share alike there. Can only advance 1 position, but that's completely fine given the Houndmaster's ability to attack anywhere. We resisted that, but we are now marked and debuffed. Bite will come down again, and that's a sweet dodge. Fantastic. Yeah, Vessel's no good in position 1, given her current loadout, which is fine by me. Things start up again with the spit. 10 damage is insane. No blights, fortunately, and we will spend the turn self-healing just to keep this guy in the game. Given that they will all be attacking us in really short shrift, let's go for the attack on position 2 to deny them an action, which is always the key focus, and carrying things through with a punish on position 1, 5 damage, and the bleed should take. Yep, he's dead in his first action. Done, and Dunsky. The Spitter's probably going to get the jump on us.
Unforgiving.
You know, we'll waste a turn on a party heal just to top some people off, and that's just fine. Not a turn wasted by any measure. No sorry, Bob, and let's just keep advancing with that unfortunate Hellion. In this turn, we'll try for the stun, just to make sure that we maintain the initiative and keep control of battle.
The path is clear.
Given where things are, I'll try a de-stress, because, yeah, okay, 5 less on the flagellant is just fine by me, and bang, nicely done. Bit extra food, a couple of nice curios.
At least promises success.
Pristine fountain. Let's just quickly re-juggle positions while we have the opportunity now, and let's get this going on the on the Houndmaster. Bit less stress, could have done on the flagellant instead, but that's just fine by me. And let's double back now. Again, our chances, from memory, our bleed and our blight our blight and our disease resist are pretty poor, so I'm going to leave that grave alone. doing a quick inventory check. We're running relatively okay for torch for the moment. We're going to be relatively dark by the time we get to the boss. That's just fine. Let's pick up those extra deeds, which I do indeed need, and grab this torch as well. Nicely done. About to drop down to 73, so we'll torch up and that frees that inventory slot. Haven't used any dog treats as yet, haven't needed to drop any blood as yet either, so we are doing just fine in the grand scheme of things. I'm going to be a bit of a completionist in this map because, well, despite the surprises, we're doing okay-ish as far as things go. Now, I can move this Houndmaster back, but it will push my Vestal out of a useful position, so instead I'll just do a Hound's Harry. It's not going to be hugely significant as far as damage for bleeds go, but I can take the damage. I think Hound's Usher 2 and no ill effects there, and let's just take out this Nasher to make sure. Yep, he's gone this next turn, which is fine by me. Next up we have the Hellion, who's going to do the slow crawl back to first position. That's fine, we can definitely drop a stun on somebody. Boom, shakalaka, and that stun takes. And that rebel is down to half-life regardless, with 9 of a turn, so that's fine by me. Bump of the Night goes down, 5 damage, but it's not the end of the world by any measure. Next up we can drop some meaningful damage, and yeah, pretty much guarantee the kill on rebel number 2. Done, and Dunsky. We already know that the Snatcher is dead, so he's going to shuffle forward. This Houndmaster is useless to me where he is, so I'll spend the turn in moving the Hellion to the right position. Yup, okay, that's antisocial. Let's punish this guy and deal with these problems as we get them. Unfortunately, the Houndmaster is somewhat low on life.
Precipitates a dizzying fall.
Okay, you are now wasting, so we'll... What? Good. Alright, you're back to just cursed. Let's consider that didn't work. These animations are a bit slower than the game normally works. So... Oh, good dodge. Good dodge. Good dodge, good dodge, good dodge. Oh, so we're halfway through this match so far. I'm not certain if I should be doing the double back, but this time I do get the scout to tell me what I have in store, and it's just some curios, and I'm fine to take the chance on a couple of curios, even though they're not necessarily amazing in here. Don't have any bandages, so we're going to have to leave that one be unless we get lucky on this next thing. Again, our disease resist is not amazing. Blight resist is 55, isn't too bad. 35, 60. Let's take a chance on the Hellion. Alright, some treasure came through, and it's a bit of change.
Treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
No problem there, and we need to make sure we're actually using our dog treats in the next combat, because we have, as always, been a little bit tardy with those. Completely fine, and completely fine. Let's press on. Looking forward to taking out that 8-pounder. These guys, either when I fight them, I'm in control of the entire map, I keep taking out the matchman and everything's fine, or I'm not, and everything goes to absolute high hell. Nope, key. Great, got there in time. Pro tip, guys, keep your inventory open when you're exploring rather than the map. And that was sweet. I need that gold like I need life, and I am so happy I got exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to press on regardless. I've got a feeling that I can afford to spend just a little bit of food on topping up the Houndmaster, because I'll be camping right before I get to the boss level, and that should prevent me from having any hunger checks for a little while. One crate with some stashed heirlooms. Heirlooms I seem to be getting in decent volumes. Unfortunately, everything else is coming through quite poorly. Highest chances to disarm on the Houndmaster, and he's looking pretty fantastic, honestly, for stress. Pressing on, we have a rune battle here, a couple of Nashers, but we get the element of surprise. We will spend a dog treat on the Houndmaster. Let's try and focus some damage on the Madman in the back row. We could get insta-kills. Actually, you know what? Insta-kills are more worthwhile in the surprise round. So let's get that done. Right, one dead, and the Madman moves into range for other abilities. No chance for an insta-kill there, so we'll have to just keep working down on these little doggies. Nice. And chance for an insta-kill on this Nasher, which will take 8 damage plus that bleed. Yes, so he's dead in his next turn. And we can make sure that this unpleasant Madman stays out of the action. Sweet. So we maintain a wonderful initiative for our party. Might get prepared for the boss bash, but Doomsday drops, and that's fine. A little bit of stress, nothing to worry about by any measure, really. Can probably get a kill here. Yeah, alright, it's done. Could have faffed, but let's just get a kill.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Totes a trick of the light. It's absolutely a trick of the light, Wayne. Absolutely a trick of the light. We have a battle room of the Cure, which makes great sense as being the place for us to stop and camp. Obviously, we'll have some damage or some stress. Gonna leave that chappy alone because we don't have the appropriate technology. Do have a trap coming up though, so to keep our eyes open, and here we are. Bit of stress on the Houndmaster. Let's take that out. Nice. And no unpleasant surprises there. Pressing on through into the Curio battle room. 2 Scratchers and 2 Acolytes. We have the element of surprise in our favor, and we've gotten really lucky with that this round. Let's start things off with an Iron Swan on that Acolyte. Only 9 damage, but it's going to have to be enough. We'll make sure that we finish them off because we don't want the stress. Done, and Dunsky. Alright, next up we'll drop a bleed on the 3rd position Acolyte. Maximum damage, plus a pretty healthy bleed. Oh, wow! So, deaden her next turn, which is just fine by me. Let's try and drop a stun on that back position Scratcher, which means they only have 1 action in the next round. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Right, Groping Swing for 3 damage on the Flagellant. He's rocking a bit of stress, but I think I can use his ability, which I do have, yes, when we camp, to make sure that everything works out just tickety-boo. Let's focus on the chap who's got the stun resist for the moment, because again, getting the most damage over time on him would be worthwhile, given that we can't keep him out of action. Hound's Rush, again, a bit more damage there, 5, and he's got 5 hit points of damage in place. Let's finish that off. Nicely done, and that's no one to worry about. We still get the jump on these guys and the chance to stun, which takes, and we just keep control. We're just staying in control of the map, not giving them a chance to do any meaningful damage, and let's start things off with a hack on the front row. 9 damage is pretty, good in the grand scheme of things. Gonna probably waste the Vestal's turn, and I could faff. I'm in turn 3. I'm not too worried. Actually, you know what? I'm confident. Crit for 8. Bleed takes. We'll have the last turn in. What I'll do is I'll transfer off some of the stress from the Vestal, because I've got an epic stress heal for the Flagellant, and I will do a party heal on us all, just to get in a nice space. We'll feast to reduce stress levels regardless.
Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Not too worried about torch levels, to be honest, so we'll pick up that Jade. The big concern for us is going to be,
as the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
Inventory space at the moment.
Is made clear.
But it looks like everything's going to stack. We'll just waste that food regardless. I could use those deeds more than I could use 1 food, and let's take a moment to camp.
A spark without kindling.
Nice.
Without hope.
Let's eliminate your stress entirely. You don't have any diseases. I can increase your crit, which is going to be very, very useful, to be honest. But let's prevent ambush. Unless we have a better one. No, okay. Let's hold on. What's that? Prevent nighttime ambush. Yes. So surprise is nice. It's not going to apply, but we don't have any mortality debuffs in place. Don't need to have any stress thingamies. Let's think about this really carefully. Increasing your crit is very worthwhile. Yeah, I know it's the Hellion who's going to be doing most of the heavy lifting, so let's just buff her up massively. So extra dodge, extra accuracy, and extra crit, which is all going to help add to critical hit chance. Let's get in there. We know we aren't going to be surprised. We've got a very short walk. We can ignore that without any holy water. Yes, we can. And let's get in to take out the Brigand 8-pounder.
A marvel of technology.
Okay.
Engine of destruction.
So we need to ensure that this matchman stays dead, and there's no better way for us to do that in the opening turn. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, bleed chance on this chap is non-existent, so we may as well help ourselves out with a Fusilier. They'll just get re-summoned though, so it's kind of irrelevant 1 to 3 damage. We should have probably taken that chance with the... Yeah, we should have killed the matchman in position 3 with the flagellant, but made the wrong call. Let's just take out that Fusilier. 5 damage plus 4 in bleed, not quite enough to get a kill, but it doesn't really worry me inordinately. Dead in the next turn regardless. Blanket Fire goes down for some pretty minor damage, and a dodge debuff there. Again, the damage that these guys can do onto the Brigand 8-pounder is really limited, to be honest, but there's no reason why we can't get things started regardless. This chap is going to be dead in his next turn. I'm going to ignore that cutthroat for the moment, and then just try and do a minimal amount of damage to that 8-pounder. Shank on the back row for 7 damage, and that's just fine because, ooh, that bleed aside, we're going to be spending a lot of turns in Judgment, I think, just getting some extra damage done on that cannon, which will heal us up as well. Next up, yep, Cannon's going to keep pulling reinforcement match from the back row, and that's just fine. Unfortunately, the Hellion will have to take the chance on a kill here. Odds are pretty outstanding, but that does limit us in terms of what we are able to do damage-wise. Going to try and take a chance for more damage with the Flagellant if I can, and that's a 2. No complaints. We've reduced them down by roughly 8% of their total health. With the Vestal's turn, we'll again just do a bit more damage there. 2, and we keep healing ourselves up, which is just fine by me. That curse is now in Craving, but fortunately no Loco Crazy actions have been done. Not have any stress to worry about, not concerned about health at the moment. Let's just do that 1 or 2 damage down. Yep, okay, 14% of their hit points are gone. Shank on the Hellion, no problems there, 7 damage, and a bleed does take, but we're not too worried health-wise. Reinforcements do come in. That matchman is in position 3, so we will leave the Hellion to do the damage this time around, and we'll get the Flagellant to get the killing done. 2 to 5 damage, as you can see, it's a much better chance to do something substantial. Crit for 7, fantastic, and no stress to worry about there. Punishment drops down, and it's an insta-kill, no bleed required, which is just fine by me. We're going to have to endure the other guys. Oops, alright, you clearly have some issues there. Not going to put you in Bloodlust though, because Bloodlust is more of a hindrance to me than anything else. What I need to do though is remember what the positions are required for the Flagellant's turn, and you know what, I'm going to have to waste a turn with my Houndmaster, moving back 1 row. That's going to have to be it. Blanket Fire drops down for some pretty minor damage. Yep, no concerns there whatsoever. Those debuffs will become a problem over time though. Uppercut Strike is dodged like a boss. Just fine by me, and I'm going to invest the turn in a party heal. Nicely done, up by 3 for everybody, and that soaks up the Flagellant, and others are just fine as well. Okie dokie, Matchman is on the back position, which means the Hellion needs to spend a turn taking care of that particular problem. Debuffs are accruing, but we have a first attack with the Houndmaster, which is just fine by me, because we could well get the kill and free up some meaningful damage dealers. Yes! Insta-kill is very welcome. We'll do a judgment on the cannon. Only 1 damage taken, but again, they're down by 30% of their health, which is fine by me. We can hack to do a bit more. Alright, fantastic, and let's consider what we're going to do next. Uppercut Strike drops for 4 damage, no move resist, and no move and no bleed, which is fine. 2 damage down, and this cannon is on 29 hit points remaining. Obviously, you know, bleed is not going to be a factor on this guy ever, but the Flagellant's ability to attack a number of positions is very worthwhile. I'll Iron Swan the Matchman and hope that I get the kill. Yep. I just always want to have 2 strikes I can get a kill with on that Matchman. Good dodge on 1. Everyone else is taking some pretty hefty damage. I'm going to probably invest the turn on self-healing with the Houndmaster. Again, these cannon bashes, I do tend to find they take me too damn long. 2 damage down, and the cannon is now on 27 health because he keeps getting heals every single time I'm not paying attention. I'm going to do a focused heal on the Hellion, or a party heal all over. Let's do let's just do a judgment right now. Bang, 2 damage down on half-life, and we're slowly progressing towards where we need to be. Flagellant is down to 22 health, which is not really a concern. Reinforcements call in again, and this guy gets a small amount of healing. Nope, not this time. Blanket Fire goes down, and it's a quadruple dodge, which is just fine by me. I have a chance to get a kill on the Matchman, which frees up some heavier hitters, or I can just get a stun, and no, that won't be in the right position. Let's go for a damage in the back row. Let's try it. It's a dodge, and that's a turn wasted, which is regrettable. And we're going to have to be very, very cautious of this. I will drop the Flagellant's attack for 2, just to keep this wearing down. But I will try out the Hound's Rush to kill that matchman. Yes, that takes, which frees the Hellion to do a wicked hack and get some better damage. Alright, 20 health left, which is just fine. Just fine. 60% of their hit points are now gone. What are you doing? Pass. Alright, that's regrettable but acceptable. We have to do an Iron Swan to get this kill, and it takes, fortunately, blanket fire on the party, and no one cares. Let's do Punish again for 1 or 2 damage. 2 damage, no complaints, and let's keep things going. We need to invest the Vestal's turn in something meaningful. Great dodge, Hellion, great dodge. Who's rockin' low life that I don't want to have rockin' low life? Let's focus that on the Hellion. I think Yapper is up by 7, and she is looking fly. Next up, we have reinforcements calling through, as expected, with yet again that matchman on the back row. Let's try and take him out with the... Yep, not quite enough, which is going to be a problem. I'm going to have to use a turn up either with the Vestal or with the Hellion, and I'm going to take a chance on that Vestal doing the damage. Let's keep focusing down on that 8-pounder, 17 hit points left. And let's try a Judgment back here. Great, that takes, which frees up my Hellion to do better damage on the Cannon. 5 damage, that's no complaints there, down to 12 HP. This is going to be a grind, but it's a grind that we can see the end of, unfortunately. Slice and dice in the front too, double dodge. Oh, double dodge. I love double dodges, and once again that matchman is in the back position. Will it ever end? Oh, you unpleasant person. Alright, let's correct that. And in fact, I think next time around I might just get rid of the craving. Crit for 4. Outstanding. Outstanding. Alright, Blanket Fire goes down and minor damage to the party. We still have the Hellion and the Vestal's turn to make sure that cannon doesn't go off with the matchman. Let's give it a try. Boom. No misses are appreciated deeply, but we have some health woes. Let's party heal to pray the pain away. And a nice critical there. Reinforcements once again. Unfortunately, this cannon is still on 8 HP, but there are things that can be done there. Now on 7. Wow, that's remarkable. 14% of their health is left. Let's try and get the kill on the back row if we can. Only 6, so we're going to have to waste 2 turns this round to actually make that happen. Should have actually done that, just gone for the Iron Swan in the first instance, and everything would have worked out just fine. Blanket Fire goes down again. Everyone dodges, and I have no concerns. In fact, I'm going to spend a turn with the Judgment here. 3 damage, which in the grand scheme of things is small, but for this particular combat is absolutely fantastic. Double dodge back on that Cutthroat's attack, and Matchman comes in again. If I just focus everyone on the cannon right now, I think I've got this. Alright. 1 hit point left. No hit points left, and now all I have to do is take care of these left behinds. That matchman is practically useless, unless I'm mistaken. What are you doing? Yes, you can smell their blood. I hate you so much. Okay, let's give you some blood to stop that nonsense. Yes, you're in Bloodlust. It's very nice. Move you back into position, and absolutely annihilate that matchman, who is completely redundant anyway, but sometimes you gotta find ways to get some damage in. 2 force damage taken, but no ill effects. This is the last battle of this, and you know what? I didn't even use the bloody dog treats. Take out that Fusilier, hopefully. Nope, not quite enough to secure the kill, and only 1 bleed damage. We'll still take 1 more Blanket Fire before we annihilate him, but we dodge every single darned one. Alright, he's annihilated. That's the right term, yeah. 8 damage down on the Cutthroat, he's got 4 bleed, and he is dead, and this map is finished.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Second double edge pendant there, which is just fine by me, and it's time to get the heck out of here. Regrettable that I keep forgetting to use those dog treats. I may as well just throw them away the first chance I get. I mean, they're a good buff, I just keep forgetting. Um, Cash-wise, it's actually been relatively disappointing, to be honest. We've only picked up about 10k, 10.5k in gold. From a heirloom standpoint, we've gotten ourselves 16 crests, a total of 14 deeds, which should get us up to the next upgrade for the stagecoach, and 2 busts to boot, as well as, most importantly, that Martyr Seer, which I'll find so useful. Tostain has popped to level 2 and is now Mercurial and a Cove Explorer. Buron is a little bit more experienced. Bellicott is now 3 and a Skill Gambler. And Brimu, I believe, has jumped up to level 2, which is expected and appreciated progression.
My obsession caused this great foulness.
Yes, it did.
It is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right.
It is profoundly shameful, you are correct. Again, that is the 8-pounder, Dead and Buried. Just make sure that comes through on the list. Yes, it has. Wonderful. And in the meantime, we've had Dismas cured of his stress problems. Fergant is no longer a slow drawer, and we have some serious blood cravings. But that's fine. We can make our accommodations with those. Actually, pretty handy spread of people currently in the stagecoach. I will upgrade my roster size so I can absorb as many of them as well. I can absorb all of them and then choose who to fire, which is the way to do things properly. Let's grab Duval. Let's grab Percy.
Than the blood-soaked battlefield.
Let's grab really marriage. Really marriage.
A sister of battle.
Wait, you're a nun called Marriage? Fair enough. Fair enough. And Gwell, we're full up, and we'll probably fire Gwell when the time comes.
The dancing steps of war.
In the meantime, we have gotten some level upgrades, which means we can upgrade some people in the blacksmith to make them slightly more survivable. Again, we're kind of behind the curve on this with a couple of our different characters. But, you know, we've got, well, that's all the cash we have to spend. Unfortunately, abilities won't be upgraded, but our people will be more survivable. We have a lot of considerations to make about what we do next. First of all, we have a hag that's ready to get killed right now. We also have a apprentice, Sonorous Prophet, and a Sodden Crew, which can be taken out just to keep leveling up our peeps. Money is not amazing. Upgrades not amazing. It's going to be a long way to the shop if we want a sausage roll. And the infestation level is exceedingly high. We're also rocking like just an insane number of cursed people. Reynold, Buron, Pouchot, Danger, Sydney, Bellicott, Bose, that's 7 so far, 8 with the serves. Man, 8 people in our roster are currently rocking the curse. Fortunately, they don't need blood every turn, and so the Sanguine Vinters is building up a decent bank of those, of blood, to keep us safe and sane, and we've got some pretty decent drops as well in dungeons. Regardless of all of that, thank you guys so much for watching. I have a lot of fun making these videos. I hope you have a bit of fun watching them. Hopefully you have a lot of fun watching them. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to get more of these videos every single day, I'll throw a subscribe button up on the screen right now. And if you're coming in late to the party, check out that playlist you can see there to figure out how we've gotten to the horrible state we're in. Thank you again. I'll catch you guys next time.